tacos is a better metric than ACoS when it comes to understanding your business as a whole, mainly because on Amazon, everyone has to advertise. What's your opinion on Perpetua for automatic PPC optimization? I think AI automatic PPC optimization kind of sucks. To be entirely honest, I know it is the new wave. I know that it can work really, really well for people, but I have far too many times in my career worked with sellers who come from not Perpetua specifically, but just AI and automatic, campaign managers and everything, software campaign managers, I guess, where it's ridiculous. They have 2,000 plus campaigns for, all of these different keywords, doing all these different things, right? That half of them aren't even actually doing anything. And realistically speaking, it's a small account, could probably only have 50 campaigns and do the exact same, spend less, make more. And I think by and large, they have the flaw that it's very hard to program, hey, I want to make money and be more profitable while also still growing. And I'm okay with growing in X capacity if it means, I have to spend a little bit more. It's very hard to convey that emotional side of like what someone realistically wants to do on an account and how they want to grow on an account and make that into a campaign, because I love manual optimization. I am a firm believer. I have always done all my own manual optimization. I firmly believe that at the very least, even if you are using an automatic software, you should be going in and probably doing some manual optimization yourself in some way or have someone else do it, just because there are so many misses that I see the software make where they focus too much on, ACoS. We had a account come in recently. They had for their thing, they were like, hey, we want to be between a 20 and 40% ACoS. The software essentially interpreted that as bring their ACoS down as much as possible. All of their campaigns were somewhere between 20 and like 28%. We bumped up half their campaigns and their ACoS sat only, I think, at like 31%, but it increased their overall sales nearly 10x in a week. So it's things like that where I think the software can be great. I do, but it's very good only in like small doses. And realistically, I think it works best for people that have like 10 plus thousand ASINs, things that you can't possibly manage without like a huge team doing all the advertising. So I have a few questions. 1, how to negate keywords using bulk files. 2, how to increase sales of product we launched 2 months back. The big thing when you're looking at any bulk operation, obviously, is to make sure to pull your data first and foremost, utilizing your bulk data from the bulk operations section to then see, okay, do you have keywords that are non-converting keywords that are eating up a lot of your sales? That is the biggest thing when it comes to negations. Anything, and I would also advise in campaigns such as like phrase campaigns or broad campaigns more specifically, add more negations. If you know in your broad campaign it is hitting on search terms and those search terms have nothing to do with your product, add them to your negations. What's a good profitability margin percentage to grow, including PPC/average return percentage? Here's what I'm going to recommend from like an advertising perspective. Tacos, I would be looking at roughly around a 20% tacos if you are trying to go for some aggressive growth. So 20 to 25% tacos is, in my opinion, aggressive growth. Anything over that is like super aggressive. If for ACoS, I would say somewhere between 30, 35%. It really depends on your product, obviously, and how much, profit margin you have. I would say that typically speaking, 10% tacos is kind of the standard. 10 to 15 is the standard for just kind of average growth margin. So if you're just kind of trying to grow at a slow pace, you're not trying to overextend and you want to stay relatively profitable, 10 to 15% tacos is usually a really, really good metric to go by. Always going to be a firm believer, by the way, that tacos is a better metric than ACoS when it comes to understanding your business as a whole, mainly because on Amazon, everyone has to advertise. It is a platform that you cannot succeed without advertising, unless obviously you're like a reseller of like a number one product, right? And there's organic traffic all the time. It's just very, very hard for your brand to grow at all if you're not advertising. So tacos, in my opinion, way better metric.